Yeah, circulatory formulas. Heart formula, I already talked about the hawthorn. Did anybody on the blog see my series from Italy this summer? One person, gee, thanks. Okay. There's a lot of hawthorn. So I went out and identified about a dozen herbs in Italy around my house, but they're all herbs that grow right here in your backyard. And if you're interested in that, go back on the blog. Every video I ever do is archived on the blog. You can watch them in your leisure time. But hawthorn contains chemicals in it, some of them flavonoids, part of the vitamin C complex factor that actually bind to your heart cells and protect them from damage. In fact, they've done horrible studies in China where they took dogs, severed their coronary arteries and put valves in. This is horrible stuff. I don't believe in animal torture, and it's not necessary. And they turned the valves off until the dogs had heart attacks, and then they turned the valves back on, and they had severe heart damage. Then they gave them hawthorn for a week, turned the valves off, and they had heart attacks. But when they turned the valve, it took a lot longer for them to have a heart attack with less blood and oxygen, because the hawthorn is protecting those heart cells. Then when they turned the valves back on, the heart came back, no damage, no scarring. So, you know, that's the beauty of an herb that we'll never find a medicine to do. You won't hear that study anywhere else. And then a lot of other herbs to regulate the heartbeat and get your heart. This is one of my constitutional formulas because I had heart disease as a young kid, and I was told I was going to be dead 41 years ago. So maybe I'm dead. Maybe this is another astral plane or heaven, and I'm just sitting in the ground rotting somewhere. I don't know, but I'm having a good time. Brain, same thing, gives you more blood and oxygen to the brain. We all need that. Ginkgo biloba has been proven, and that's one of the main ingredients in here, along with a number of others, to drive more blood and more oxygen to the brain. Who doesn't need that? And every brain I've seen dissected, from dementia, Alzheimer's disease, senility, that brain has orange cottage cheese in it. It's nasty, it's funky, the circulation wasn't getting there. When you think every brain cell has to take in nourishment, it needs superfood to work right, acetylcholine, one of the main things in superfoods, a neurotransmitter. Your nervous system, your cells need it to fire, and then once the cell works, it has waste, and that waste has to get out. And one of the main reasons for senility, dementia, Alzheimer's disease is waste buildup. You know, this is not rocket science. It's junk between your ears. One of my old doctors used to say, they need a colonic between the ears. And that's really what he meant. And it's waste, and you got to get the circulation going and get this waste out. And I also put habanero in here, which makes the ginkgo work 10 times better, because I had patients in my clinic with severe dementia. Cayenne, you know, so much disease is caused by blockage in the body. Cayenne, peppers, all hot peppers. There's a blend of the world's great hot peppers in here. Liquid or powder stimulates your circulation, and when an area of your body or any cell or any organ or any muscle, tissue, fiber, anything in your body stops getting blood, it gets diseased. And when it gets diseased, then it dies. And you have people that are sick, they need to free the blockage. They need to usually add more spice to their food unless they have some type of digestive or bowel problem, like irritable bowel syndrome or something, where they have to start out with smaller doses, but it can actually help with that too. But most of you, if you go to the toilet in the pharmacy, what does it say above the toilet? Free the blockage. Okay, you got to free the blockage, whatever it is, physical, emotional, spiritual. We all have to learn to free the blockage. We're humans. We tend to get stuck in our head with our thoughts, with our actions, with our body, and moving and eating fresh foods and live foods and getting some spice in our life frees the blockage.